Hello and welcome back to more AEW and TEW 9. You hear the go home before All In at Wembley. Yes, I am okay, not as far behind as I thought, but good old writer's block. Mayu Iwatani opens up the show out here in England with a diving double foot stomp win over Serena Deeb. Afterwards, Chris Statler and Stokely Hathaway come down to the map, down to the ramp, I should say. Looking down on the IWGP Women's Champion. Stokes says that Chris looks a little bit empty, maybe a little bit naked, though of course not in the way that those dogs out in the audience want. So Chris thinks that the IWGP Women's title is something that's a little bit appealing to her, and she wants it for herself. However, Willow Nightingale's music hits, and she comes up with Deonna Purrazzo. Willow says that if Chris wants the match, then first she's going to have to go through herself and Deonna. Chris accepts this challenge and says that tomorrow night she'll gladly take the two on in a tag team match. Deonna and Willow look confused and question who Chris's partner will be, but Stoke and Chris are both tight-lipped, saying that they want to save some secrets for Wembley. So yeah, just another match going on to the show. After this, just a brief announcement. I actually forgot about this, that I had this. 10-man casino gauntlet for a chance at the world title match at the time of the winner's choosing. Gauntlet matches are always fun. Any type of like big multi-man match, those could be fun, especially with the possibility of surprises. I think the one at actual All In was 11 people, but you can only have up to 10 for a non-battle royale match, so whatever, it's fine. After this, Wardlow defeats Lee Hunter. Very quick match, 2 minutes. Wardlow, just beats a local guy. After the match starts, Adam Cole comes out to do commentary, but the match ends before he can even get to the table. He grabs a mic from the desk regardless and demands to know where Wardlow has been. Wardlow, who has a mic himself, says that he agreed to Cole's scheme to join the Undisputed Kingdom because it was a way to get at MJF, and Cole's moved on from that. Cole, of course, said it wasn't the agreement that they had, but War Dog says, no, that's exactly what it was. You know what? I'm done being taken control of. And Cole insists that Wardlow will rue the day that he turned on the Kingdom. So yeah, Wardlow getting away from the Undisputed Kingdom I think is a smart idea. It's a weird pairing to begin with, but whatever. Jesus Christ, this is bad. Bad. David Boyd Smith Jr. appears on television, talks about how much better the UK's management of censorship to let children view the airways more cleanly. It's so much better out here in the UK. And Marcus and Thomas Middleton, I did rechange him to Marcus instead of just Mark, speak up talking about how their British heritage makes them much more in tune with the real spirit of pro wrestling. They're ready to make their way to TBS and TNT full-time, keep everything up to board. Christ, that's a bad segment. After this, the Elite defeat La Facción Ingobernable. Jack Perry pins Preston Vance with the Canadian Destroyer. Joy. Okada grabs a mic at bench. He was at ringside, and he starts to celebrate with the Elite before speaking. He says, Great Britain, look at the Elite and see why we're called just that. Tomorrow night, we'll go into Wembley Stadium, we will defend our titles, and we will all stay as our champions. So FTR, Darby Allin, Kota Ibushi, Mark Briscoe, you'll see your last days as people who have the slightest chance challenging for these belts. Mark Briscoe then comes out. He has a mic. Says, well, you say that to your heart's content, Kazu, but you know it already ain't true. All four of y'all shivering in your boots, and it's because you all know that you're going to lose your precious little belts. FTR then come on. They're like, well, I mean, we wouldn't say it quite that way. Maybe we're a little bit more eloquent with things, but we more or less agree with what Mark said. We know more than most just how damn tenacious that Mark can be. So if I'm you, Okada, I'm shivering in my boots just like he said. I don't know too much about Kota Ibushi, but I know that he's not someone to mess with. So that's going to make things even more rough for you while we beat the hell out of our EVPs and get the tag division back on track. Darby Allin then, surprise, surprise, also joins in. He says, well, I heard you all talking, so I thought I might as well come out as well. Jack Perry, scapegoat, buddy. You've gone soft. They give you this hard bastard because you decided to become a little bit edgy, huh? Look, Jack, when we were dubbed as two of the pillars of AEW, there were some people who took it to heart. People like me. I took that pressure. I took that. I elevated myself. While you took that title you decided to turn tail and cower under the skirts of the EVPs. So, Jack, why don't I drag you from underneath those skirts myself? He smiles, he pulls out a leather strap, says there's gonna be no escape for you, scapegoat. Yeah, a strap match going on for the 63 rated, not bad in the slightest. Move on, episode of The Learning Treeers with Chris Jericho happily smiling at the camera and says, "Hiya people, it's me, the Learning Tree, and I'm happy to announce that I have a guest, Hook. Now, first things first, I have to address something. Unfortunately, I have prior obligations, so I can't be at Wembley for All In, and you have like the typical stage audience, they're aww. But what I can do is teach you all a lesson about proper leadership. You see Hook here? Well, he's not listening well to what the Learning Tree can teach him. He's been here on his phone and eating chips like an unfocused young teen. So Hook, and Hook just stops and says, "Shut up, Jericho. Sure, you were a legend, but the future's now. Enough of this Learning Tree bullcrap. It's time for," and then Brian Keith cuts him off, knowing that Hook has no respect for Jericho. And Jericho somewhat sadly says that, Hook, I want you to do better. I know that you have a lot of potential under there. So on Dynamite, the bad apple Brian Keith will face you, and, if you win, you'll get your FTW title match against me, the Learning Tree. So yeah, just a quick segment there. I can already tell this episode's gonna be horrible. It's been a while since, I had booked this in the course of like 4 different days over the course of a week, or 2 weeks or even. Daniel Garcia and the Blackpool Combat Club defeat Lance Archer and the Righteous. Pretty typical, pretty short match. Well, not necessarily a short match, but yeah. DMI come out after the match, talking down on the BCC and Daniel Garcia. They mock how Garcia used to be one of these bright spots of AEW, same as Wheeler Yuta, but now that they're just a bunch of people that are going to be pushed aside by the top of a pristine, rarefied air of people like Dynasty and Marketing Corporation. Claudio Castagnoli grabs Mike and says that, if they're so confident, why not show that up in the ring? They haven't wrestled at all yet here in AEW, so they have yet to prove they're really this top-of-the-line talent that they claim to be. No confirmation as to when this match will take place. Speaking of, we get hype for our All-In card. We have Saraya versus Jordan Grace. This was announced on Rampage a day before. Ricky Starks, Tetsuya Naito Mystico versus the Kingdom and Roderick Strong. Willow Nightingale and Deonna Purrazzo take on Chris Statlander and a mystery opponent, or a mystery tag partner, I should say. Kazuchika Okada goes against Kota Ibushi and Mark Briscoe for the Continental title. Jack Perry takes on Darby Allin in a strap match. We have the 10-man Casino Gauntlet match. Mercedes Moné takes on Britt Baker. The Young Bucks that's in a steel cage. The Young Bucks take on FTR. Toni Storm versus Mariah May in a barbed wire match. The Patriarchy versus the House of Black for the Trios title. MJF takes on Will Ospreay in an I Quit match. And finally, Swerve Strickland takes on Bryan Danielson in a where if Bryan loses, he will also have to retire. Something that's going to be a little bit better, but whatever. In our main event, Bryan Danielson defeats Jon Moxley with the Busaiku knee. Pretty good rating there. Swerve was on commentary, and he gets off commentary. He has the mic, he's ready to cut promo when Adam Page jumps him from behind and starts beating him down. Page stares down at the belt, then back at Bryan before picking up the mic. Says that when Bryan beats Swerve and sends him to the hospital, Page is going to take the time that Swerve is recovering to get his belt back, end Bryan's career, and then go on to end Swerve's career. That ends our go-home show. 68 rating, actually a little bit better than I thought, especially with this being in the UK. Pre-show I just did a bunch of turns to kind of match things to how I want them to be. But yeah, I think that was a pretty... okay, it was better than I thought. Still not, I don't think, a great show. But yeah, next time we have All In. But until then, yeah, that's going to be next time.